Hey guys, welcome to another commentary done by Diggity. Upper left hand corner we got Rancor starting as the yellow Zerg. Upper right hand corner we got Unco starting as the blue Terran. This is going to be on Metropolis. If you guys have forgotten the interesting aspect of Metropolis, you've got the mineral line that is somewhat exposed in this gap, although you can get turrets back here and you can get marines, and you also have this large area here and kind of this awkward large area up here as well. Game 1, if you guys missed it, Unco came out on top. Rancor was going for a 2-hatch mutal. So went a slew of Zerglings to start, didn't get a lot accomplished out of it, and wanted to go for a turnaround surprise Mutalisk, which almost paid off. I think if he had 5 Mutalisks instead of 3 with the initial engagement, might have been a different story, but Unco defended well and was able to essentially stave off by having some solid macro and getting turrets and getting up to science vessels. The game actually a little bit, it reminded me a bit, there's a fantastic player who's oftentimes out in Gosu and Edge of Pro League in Cadenzi, who has not played in quite some time. Cadenzi, a very, very good Zerg player. I think she was on the Korea servers for whatever reason, but she played very, very aggro with Mutalisk, and it was one of those instances where her Muta Micro was pretty solid, and I feel like if she just mixed it up a little bit, instead of just going so aggro with Mutalisk play, like a little bit of adjustment out of it, it would have expanded a lot of her gameplay. And I'm wondering if that's the case at this MMR for Rancor as well. Maybe he needs to mix it up a little bit and go for some more of the standard play and then throw in some more of the standard Rancor early aggression instead. I also wonder if he had preserved the initial Zerglings that had was complimenting Rancor in the previous match, and then he's very good at preserving and not overcommitting, and then ended up losing some Zerglings. Speaking of which, we've got an overpool here. Very risky build. He's counting on Unco to make. Here's the thing. I think he saw Unco going for the command center first previously, but that was in response to the fast scout. That was not in response to just blindly going for one marine into expansion previously, and I don't think Unco will take that same risk. You can see he's already got the marines queued up here. And when you go overpool, if you don't get a lot of damage early, looks like Overlord should know the direction to go. You end up way behind, or there's, oh, look at this nice play here. Rancor going to sneak up to avoid the SCV scout across the northern corridor, and Unco potentially going to be none the wiser. This Overlord, though, in trouble for a second, or is it? Reminds me of the Danny DeVito meme. It's like, someone call an ambulance, but not for me. This might be a fast Rancor win. SCV's pulling off the lines. This is what you need out of the overpool, by the way. And as I was saying, mixing it up, I like it. I like it. Rancor showing a lot here. Marine is going to get back around the SCVs. All Rancor has to do is macro behind this, though, and maybe pick off marines if they get a little bit too close. Ooh, is he gonna get that one? Second marine out. The more marines that start spawning, the harder this is. Oh, two Zerglings got wiped out to the south on some. Wow, Unco defending really well. This is a bit of a shock. I was expecting them to last a little bit longer in the space of this. Drones starting to field. Unco's still doing a great job of macroing in the space of this as well. He's still somehow 3 workers ahead, despite all of the aggression shenanigans. And now, with the Marines and some solid micro behind the SCVs, this has turned into less of an emergency. And it looks like the Zergling might get wiped out. What Rancor is actually close in the overall work count, drawing the Marines to the south. Unco now grabbing that natural expansion. Does Unco turn around and go for some aggression is the next question. Rancor might want to build a few additional drones to try to save that. Okay, he's got at least 2 on the forward field. Is Unco going to risk it? I think the better play is to maybe just go for a bunker. Instead, nope, he's going to go forward. We have a sunken colony being constructed. This is my question. Does that Overlord bite the dust before it's able to get to that protective, warm, hovering, what do we want to call that, hug of the robotic, watery, whatever guy? We should name that guy the yellow and brown wire. Yeah, Unco not able to secure the kill, so going to go ahead and draw back. These 2 Zerglings a little bit too aggressive now, but I think they just want to see the positioning and make sure they're not proceeding forward. In the meantime, Spire's already on the way. Spire already on the way, and command center's not up, second barracks isn't up, the marine count rather low. Academy here. So Rancor in a pretty good position. And if he has, let's see, Unco, well, okay, Rancor going to dive the Zerglings. I guess he just wanted to see the saturation and wanted to make sure that the command center was actually constructed. Wasn't able to secure an SCV kill there. I'm wondering if that was also just a slight misplay. We have an engineering bay, a miscalculation on his part. Engineering bay underway. The turrets, I believe you need the turret started as the Spire finishes. And the Mutalisk build time is somewhat close to the turret build time, so your and distance travel, so you end up in a okay scenario. If I was Unco, looking at the scenario, he's... Oh, this poor medic. This is kind of another interesting thing with the 9 pools, is you coincidentally might be able to drain some medic energy. Unco moving out right now. We already have the 2 Sunkens, keep in mind. The Mutals are constructed. Unco might play more aggressively with this to buy himself some time. A Fire Bat along that edge. We'll see if he micros his way out of this. I do worry that if he loses the entirety of this... Okay, Comsat at the front. Sees the Spire. Sees the eggs as well. Is he still going to go for it? More or less offering this army up as a sacrificial lamb. Let's see if Rancor saw the edge of it, though. Oh, bro. No. Okay, draw. Yeah, be careful not to draw it too far forward. Rancor, if he drops a 3rd Sunken, he can actually make his way out with these Mutalisks, and now we got no defenses out here towards the main, and this is a really prime... He can just drop on that turret. As soon as he's got plenty of Mutalisks, actually. If he just moves out... Oh, is Rancor going to miss the opportunity? The Marines actually pulling their way. If he moves now and wipes out this turret, he can sit on the barracks line and kill Marines and also wipe out Marines as they're coming up the ramp. But he's got to recognize... He's got to find it, is the thing. Marine wiped out right there. Drawing... Kind of paying half. He's got to trust those sunken colonies. Now making his way forward. Okay, spots it. Does he dive on it, though? There's 1 shot, 2 shot. Now the barracks potentially in trouble. There the Marines gone. Potential victory scenario. Unco drawing off. Marines trying to stem their way forward. Yeah, and Rancor just needs to micro... Oh, he let him up the ramp! He let him up the ramp. Oh, let him off the hook. Let him off the hook. A bit of a micro on that ramp, and that would have been a victory, but Unco recognizing the scenario and pushing that army up, almost willing his way into this, gets a medic for his efforts. Rancor's still in pretty good straits, though, although it looks like he's going for 2-hatch Mutalisk all in once again, instead of grabbing a 3rd. If he had been grabbing a 3rd in the space of this, rather than going for the 2-hatch Mutalisk all in, I think this would have been his game, but now I'm thinking Unco might be in an okay spot. 34 workers, dropping an additional barracks, +1 weapons on the way, and a very decently timed factory given the circumstances. Unfortunate. Rancor continuing to peck away. The medics, one of them has a decent amount of energy, the second one slightly light. Thing is Rancor, if he's gonna stick with 2 base, you gotta be more aggressive than this. Right now, he's kind of floating along that edge. Time is not in your favor with 2-hatch Mutalisk all-ins. You just need to slam that Marine ball and get as much damage done as you can, as often as you can, to keep that, because you're trying to overwhelm your opponent. Unco doing a really good job of spreading those Marines along a line, though. Using a stim now that he has 4 medics out. Some Zerglings streaming away across. They want to go ahead and clear the turrets here to the south. The Mutalisks straying a bit far away, though. And once again, is Rancor able to jump on it? Oh, this might be it. Wiping out a lot of these Marines, but a lot of Mutalisks faltering as well. More Zerglings pushing up. This Mutalisk over that turret line. Reinforcements, focus firing. And Rancor drawing back. He needs to continue to stick in this. Gotta perfectly micro this and it'll turn into a victory. 1 Marine left. I think that might be it. More Marines trying to pile their way across. He's got it. He just needs to reinforce. And unfortunately, his macro faltering a little bit in the space of all the micro. This is why the 2-hatch Mutalisk Skull-In is so challenging. Yeah, pausing. And in this pause, that's giving Unco the breathing room he requires to climb back into this match. If the Mutalisks or Zerglings were coming across in this macro cycle, you can see there's 900 unspent minerals in the space of this. Rancor still might have it, by the way. But Unco finding ways to get back in. He's also got the starport dropping, a few Marines, and some missile turrets here. Might want to abandon his natural expansion temporarily. Micro Overlord that was bunched with these Mutalisks drawing a little bit too close as well. Command Center might want to lift off and draw back. Usually I would say, okay, Unco in trouble now. He's potentially out of this, but keep in mind, Rancor is all in off the 2 bases. Lost an Overlord that's going to supply cap him as well. Unfortunately, and now Unco managing to regain a foothold on that natural expansion. 4 barracks running. Factory being pecked away at, but it's not really a factor anymore. We have a Radiate being researched. And a Science Vessel on the way. Rancor, Razor on the edge of victory in many of these instances, but not quite able to close it out. Another medic gets picked off. We still have 4 medics on the ground, which is healthy count. Looks like some SCVs being picked off, but again, 2 base Terran beats 2 base Zerg in the long haul, and more Marines filling in and more medics filling in. The first Science Vessel not that far from completion. A Radiate just about researched. What are we looking at on the upgrades? +1 weapons, +1 armor to follow. Another huge grouping of Mutalisks and some Zerglings to support. We don't have any bunkers, by the way. Rancor doing what he can to peck away at this natural expansion. No turret support. But the thing is with the Science Vessel now out, it just needs to get energy, and as soon as it has energy, the Mutalisk Ball is going to have all sorts of problems. And yeah, now we got another 10-ish seconds before that Science Vessel is able to execute and irradiate, and in that instance, Rancor needs the perfect split to stay in contention here. Mutalisks drawing all sorts of Mutalisks diving in a spread, getting wiped out, and oh my goodness, GG from Rancor. Oh, brutal. Cheers to Unco for sticking with that, because I thought he was a goner at multiple stages of that map. Holy cow. But survives. Rancor just not able to close it out. Well played, Unco. Going into game 3. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for listening.